Anti-Semitism is absolutely exploding and is growing massively with Irish politicians in Ireland, of course. We have today a breaking news report from over the weekend. It says they're trying to rename Herzog Park because he was the president of Israel. We all know now, a lot of these left-wing lunatics, they just hate Jewish people. They hate anybody that opposes anything. And now, truth be told, guys, you all saw my past videos. You all know what I think about what's happening over there, okay? Absolutely terrible. I've made countless videos. I was actually the #1 guy talking about, Palestine and all this type of stuff in Ireland, absolutely, for a very long time. But now what I've seen over the past few months is absolutely it go from just talking about leadership, okay? Just talking about leadership, nothing about religion, race. I've talked about this before. Talking about leadership, bombing, whatever, that kind of stuff. Now it's coming to a point where they absolutely just hate Jewish people. This is the Irish government and the woke lefties in Ireland. Absolutely disgusting. Let's read this actual report. It says here that they're set to have a council meeting, okay? And they're trying to remove the agenda of renaming Herzog Park. The park in Rathgar was named after Belfast-born and Dublin-raised Chaim Herzog, the former president of Israel, in 1995. Councillors were set to vote on a motion to rename a park on Monday. However, the Sunday evening, Dublin City Council Chief Richard Shakespeare said he was proposing to withdraw the report on a point of legislative technicality, and he apologised for the administration oversight. It comes after the Irish government urged the council to reconsider the proposal. Earlier on Tuesday, Micheál Martin said the motion would be withdrawn in its entirety and not proceeded with. The proposal has been criticised by senior officials in both Israel and the US, with the current state of Israel's president Isaac Herzog expressing concern on Saturday. So Isaac Herzog, who is Chaim Herzog's son, used to live in Ireland, and he was like the chief rabbi of the country. But it's just unreal now, guys. You just see it on every level that they're just hating on people for no reason. But like I said, I need to reiterate, you guys all know my position. But trying to rename parks and this kind of stuff, guys, I mean, it's just clearly this left-wing agenda that is trying to push this craziness on the people. Speaking ahead of Shakespeare's statement, Martin, who is the leader of Fianna Fáil, said the proposal would erase the distinctive and rich contribution of Irish life of the Jewish community over many decades, including participation in the Irish War of Independence and the emerging Irish state. The proposal is a denial to our history and will without a doubt be seen as anti-Semitic. It is anti-Semitic. The left-wing, the woke Irish government, they all support this, guys. Most people, and the Social Democrats, these left wokies in the people before profit, they all support this, guys. They hate Jewish people. They're just extremely anti-Semitic, guys. Absolutely. It is overly divisive and wrong, he says. Our Irish Jewish community contributed to our country's evolution, and many forms should be cherished and generously acknowledged. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Like, this is the crazy shit, guys. They're pushing this super woke agenda in the Middle East, these left-wing people, and it's just disgusting, guys. Absolutely, they should be not changing any of this nonsense. That is the left woke politicians' agenda now. And as soon as they started getting criticism, they pulled back from it. They would just change it so it was just a completely left-wing driven country. This country is literally going down the shit very, very fast, guys. And they're absolutely anti-Semitic. Absolutely, guys. Criticizing the government and the atrocities that are happening, absolutely, that's one thing. But to completely just start erasing history, and it's just, bro, they're just straight up anti-Semitic. They just hate Jewish people. Like, that's just straight up how it is. It's just, you can kind of see it happening now, and a few people are like that now. It's like, it's kind of gone from like, okay, we criticize a regime, and then now it's like you just hate all these certain people. Like, I don't hate anybody. No religion or race should be 100% hated for no reason. There are individuals in these different religions and groups that absolutely are good people. And this left-wing extremism has gone on for too long. Here we actually have, finally, Micheál Martin calling out far-left Paul Murphy about the extremism that he is presenting to the public. And Paul Murphy is an extremist. The Gardaí should be looking at left-wing extremism. There is no such thing as far-right extremism in Ireland, right-wing extremism. It doesn't exist. 80% of the arrests in the EU are from far-left extremists. This is Interpol, Europol stats.
And I will review that case of Jordan Devlin, and I'll ask again our ambassador in London in terms of an update in respect of it. Sorry, Deputy. Sorry, well, I have no issue with people, obviously I don't, in terms of supporting Palestinians. I do have an issue, and I'm not saying this happened here in these cases at all. I don't know the full detail of the cases for it, but I've read recently of a case where there was a ramming of a building in London. So it's not all black and white as you've articulated. Or even here where people drive through gates and barriers and do criminal damage. Like TD's offices have had criminal damage I would say, more extreme elements of people who were involved in supporting the Palestinian movement. Unfortunately, the vast,
You see the way he says it like that though, but he doesn't say far left extremism. What he's talking about is TD's office have been violently attacked by far left extremism. Far left extremism is way more violent than the right, because the right are logical, okay? The left are illogical, they're emotional, they're crazy crackpots, guys, and they'll do anything to get their agenda driven home.
it's true. My own office was damaged 3 times. Okay. I know other TDs whose offices were damaged.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be damaging anyone's office or property. Like, this is crazy shit. Or being violent. You know, this is another thing that's driven by the left. The left just love this violence, guys. Revolution, coup d'etat. They're just insane, guys. They're absolutely insane. Nobody on the right has ever called for that I've seen. I've never seen anybody like that. This is far left extremism, and they should be put in jail, these lefties like Paul Murphy and these people, for inciting violence. Okay, forget about the right, guys. The left are the people that are doing this. They're weaponizing the war in the Middle East, and they're making it into an anti-Semitic thing now. And it's not at all. It's absolutely should not be like that, guys. You know, war is hell. There should be no war. There should be no bombing of countries or kids, anything like that. Absolutely not. And that's what I talk about, and I've talked about massively on my past YouTube videos. That's how I started getting into politics, is talking about that. But now it's turned into this anti-Semitic, anti-Jewish narrative that's disgusting, guys. Absolutely. The left hates Jewish people. They're disgusting in their rhetoric, guys. Absolutely.
Okay? So is that acceptable? Is that legitimate protest? No, it's not. Because when there's people working in those offices, they don't think it's legitimate. So like, all I'm saying is that we all have to be clear on the demarcation line. I'm not familiar with the individual cases here in terms of the alleged crimes and so on like that. But let's not try and pretend that everything is just all one way, because
now,
one thing we do
Deputy
know,
Murphy,
one thing
this
I do
is orchestrated.
know,
I'd
one
ask
thing
you
I
to
do know
stop
is that
interrupting.
either on the far right or on the far left, people do transgress the lines, and let's not pretend.
This is how far left Micheál Martin is. Even when he's talking about the far left, he starts talking about the far right. That's how brainwashed he is. Like, he just cannot speak for 5 minutes about the far left without even mentioning the people on the right. Like, this is just crazy stuff. These people are all brainwashed.
They have in this country in the past. They clearly are other issues in the UK and so on like that. And look, some people were trying to stop Dublin Port the other day.
Taoiseach, I don't know if you intend to take any
trying
other
to stop
questions. Please,
No, sir,
Deputy Murphy.
80% of trade in this country goes through Dublin Port, and you guys want to wreck it.
Yeah.
Because workers depend on trade going through Dublin Port. Workers all over the country. As far as you're concerned, let's stop it in its tracks.
Yep. They had recently a US military aircraft, they rammed a car into it. Like, literally just lunatics in flipping, where was it, in Dublin Airport, somewhere like that? Or it was in some airport in Ireland. Some crazy left-wing lunatics drove through the barriers and they crashed into a plane. Like, what is that going to do? Like, how is that going to help the people of Palestine? Like, I just don't understand, guys. If you want to help people, send them aid, send them things like that. Why are you crashing into military aircraft? It just makes no sense. It's just completely illogical.
So there are demarcation lines that we have to be very clear about. Absolute right to protest is a sacred right in this country, the right to protest. We should cherish it. We should never do anything to damage it, nor should others do anything to damage it either. Deputy Patrick, I think I've dealt with that issue in terms of a general response.
People on the right should have no blame. They're just looking for trivial stuff to actually persecute people on the right. Like, look at this, guys. It says, man jailed over possession of extreme music. Norbert Gersik, 48, was found with more than 2,000 records. Okay, some of the songs and lyrics may be in bad taste, but now we're jailing people for the lyrics and songs. This guy was literally jailed because they said that he was guilty of distributing 2 possession counts such of material. It said that he was found last year having albums which lyrics breached terrorism legislation and intended to incite racial hatred. Okay, but the thing is, guys, what about people like Tom McDonald? What about rappers, okay, that talk about this stuff that I react to every single day? American rappers. They say crazy shit, way more crazier shit than this. Chris Webby, I love as well. All these American rappers are talking about wild shit, guys. And this guy, because the UK, of course, they're a complete censorship state. They're a complete tyranny. They arrest 12,000 people per year. about nonsense. They're saying this guy's a terrorist. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, guys. Just make it make sense, please. It's insane. Like, the UK is just a tyrannical state, guys. It's just absolutely crazy. You can't even play music anymore without getting arrested now. If you play music with lyrics that are more radical or more crazy, then you go to jail. But that could just say anything, guys. You could be distributing Tom McDonald. You could be distributing American rappers. American rappers, black rappers that I react to all the time, they say way crazier shit than any of this stuff. Eminem literally said in a song, he won't sleep until he sees the White House get blown up and Dick Cheney being shot, all this kind of crazy stuff.
When I pipe down, when the White House is wiped out.
So should Eminem be in jail for that kind of stuff?
When I see that little Cheney dyke get sniped out, lights out, bitch, adios, good night.
Lastly, we have a leftist bartender who has a meltdown and tries to kick out a lad out of a bar for wearing a Make England Great Again hat. Okay, talk about tyranny. They're trying to just completely get rid of any sort of patriotism in the UK. Here I have my patriotic Irish hat, okay, with Ireland and the little Irish flag on the side. I also have my Make America Great Again St. Patrick's Day special hat with the American flag on the side, of course. So what, will you go to jail for this kind of stuff in England? Like, absolutely ludicrous stuff, guys.
Don't be surprised if other people ask you to leave wearing that cap.
So I'll take it off then, mate.
You can leave. You can come back another time not wearing the cap.
So I'll take it off now, sorry.
You can take it off whenever you like, but I want you to leave.
Yeah, but why?
You know what? I already explained to you why.
You want me to leave because it says Make England Great Again?
And what it represents. If you don't agree with that, then you shouldn't be wearing that cap. Because that's not about making England great again. And if you don't know what that statement means, you shouldn't be wearing the cap.
What does it mean?
What does that statement mean, I would ask him?
Huh?
What does it mean?
Makes you a racist. It's about not having anybody who's not white.
My sister's a Muslim, mate.
Wonderful, then you shouldn't be wearing that fucking hat.
That is absolutely insane, man. British people are just so cooked, man. I don't know what the hell. That's racist, mate. You can't wear a hat. Bro, for my cold dead hands, come take my hat. How about that, guys? I don't know. These people are all just like complete cowards, guys. What? You think that you're going to just lay down and die because you told me to take off my hat? No. I'll wear whatever piece of clothing that I want. Now, if it's a private business, do they have the right to kick you out of their place? I think they probably do, actually. They have grounds to just kick you out of a private property. But what sort of crazy image does that represent? So you can't wear anything now that represents any sort of patriotism? Like, what if you were to wear a Che Guevara t-shirt like I used to wear when I was like 12 years old? I didn't know what it represented, obviously, guys. I bought it in pennies in Galway City. Everybody like 15 years ago had that Che Guevara t-shirt. We didn't know what it represented. It just represented flipping freedom or whatever to the people. Like, we didn't even know, guys. Okay, like revolution or pushing back or whatever. Just some bullshit. Are you going to go to jail for wearing a flipping Ireland hat? Just completely, absolutely, idiotically insane, guys. And there's no logical sort of coherence to these arguments. Like, the first thing he says is, okay, if you wear a Make England Great Again hat, you're racist. I'm like, bro. In Europe, guys, there's probably more foreign people that agree with right-wing policies than left-wing policies, okay? The native Irish and British white population are super left-wing woke, whereas all these foreign countries, you know, Brazil, these African countries, the Middle Eastern countries, they're all right-leaning, guys. Eastern Europe, they're all right-leaning. Here, in England as well, in Ireland and in England, they're just complete lunatics, guys. They'll throw you in jail if you disagree with them, if you can't have a political argument with them. They just want to shut you down, shoot you, kill you, do crazy stuff to you because they disagree with you. Let me know your thoughts, guys. If you want to support me, hit the join link underneath the video. Become a member today for just €3 per month. We can help push back against the woke regimes around the world. And I'll see you in the next one, lads. Peace.